Women in Print Alliance is dedicated to connecting, empowering, and advancing women in the print industry. As part of Printing United Alliance, we're fostering a more inclusive future through advocacy, education, and networking opportunities that connect women across the entire industry. Join us as an individual to grow your career, expand your network, and access exclusive resources, or enroll your entire organization to show your commitment to supporting women in print. Become a member today at womeninprintalliance.org and help us shape the future of print.
Welcome to Her Imprint, part of the Impressions Exchange. I'm Denise Gustafson, your host. This podcast celebrates the remarkable women who are transforming the printing industry. We'll explore their journeys, from challenges to triumphs, and share the stories that leave a lasting imprint. Today I have with me Chelsie Schmid. She's owner of Print. So Chelsie, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So it's so great to have you here all the way from the Midwest. So to get us started, can you tell me a little bit about Print?
So Print was founded in 1994. My aunt, Jackie Worm, is the one who started it. She started it from a secretarial service, and she transformed to where it was. So before it was those copiers sitting out front that people could walk in, do the self-serve. We did shipping before. We were much smaller, so we needed that type of work. And then as she had this vision of growing it, hitting those big clients and focusing on them and driving their business forward, we transitioned from all of those small copiers, moved them out, brought in some big equipment, and then just made it into what we are today. I bought the company from her back in 2022. It was a transition that we've had in place for a long time. She had a 5-year plan that was 10 years ago that we just kept moving because she wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. And then just some medical things happened where she decided she wanted to step back and take the time to enjoy grandkids and traveling. And yes, so back in 2022, I purchased the company, and now I'm on my 5th year of owning the company.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So is print what you wanted to do when you got started? Did you literally wake up one morning and I'm like, I'm going to be a printer? Or
oh my gosh, no. I still look back at how I started and thought, how did I get here? Did I ever want to be a print owner? No. Did I ever want to be in printing? No. This started out as a part-time job when I was going to college. I just needed something to do. I had another job bartending and waitressing, and my aunt needed some help in bindery, and that's where I started. I worked back there and then went to full-time and hit all the departments as I was working and just figured out this is fun. Still didn't want to be an owner. That was never something that crossed my mind because I saw the stress that she dealt with every day.
It's interesting, though, because now you were going to college. So this is your part-time job. What were you going to college for?
Business management.
All right.
It fits.
It does fit. I've had biology majors. I've talked to psychologists. I've talked to people that went into social work, teachers. There's all different types of careers that people start, but then something happens and something changes.
And I think for me, the change was because I did customer service. So I was production manager and customer service rep here for probably 10 plus years. And I think it was the customer interaction that really brought me true joy. I loved clients walking in, seeing a problem or an issue that they had and trying to find print or use print in a way to solve that problem. And then just seeing them grow from it or get a client from it or just seeing them be successful knowing I had a part of that. So I think that's what really made me really start to appreciate what print can offer people.
So that was some of your aha moment in some ways?
Yes.
It's always interesting to see what is that point in change because it has to happen, especially you're the owner now. So there has to be that transition somewhere to this is a job to this is something I really love doing. Because I don't think you would be in the position that you're in if you didn't love what you did.
Oh, could you imagine coming to work every day, hating what you do? I enjoy getting up and coming in. Yes, every day is different and you have your own fires you need to put out or stresses or issues. But when you have all those wins that your clients are celebrating because you've helped them, that's a win in my book as well.
Did you ever have a moment where you said, oh my God, what am I doing?
I think I had that moment before I bought the company when we were talking transition plans. So Jackie was re-diagnosed with cancer in 2021. It had metastasized. So that's when she decided our 5-year plan that we had is going to shrink up really quick here. And she had come into my office asking if I wanted to take over because she wanted to be done at the end of the year. So we had 3 months to get all of this figured out. And even right then, I still was hesitant because we have this 5-year plan. So it's like, that's down the road, but now it's here and it's in the moment. But I think the biggest thing that made me realize this is what I wanted to do is she told me that she had another buyer lined up. So I wasn't going to feel stressed. She didn't want to put any pressure on me if I didn't want the company. And then it was actually my husband who talked me through it and said, do you really want a new boss to come in? Like, you can be the boss. You've done it when she had cancer the first time. You know how to run the company. Like, I trust you. You can do it. So it was really his push that said, you've done it. You can do it. So I think that just sealed the deal. And 5 years later, I don't regret it one bit.
Which is awesome. And you come to that fork in the road. What do you want at that point? Like your husband said, do you want to work for somebody else that's going to come in? Or would you rather have the flexibility and the ability to make some of those decisions? If it was somebody else making them, you might not have the opportunity to disagree, or you just have to live with it at that point.
And then I probably wouldn't even be here. I probably would have left and done something completely different. Who knows?
So now for you, your aunt was obviously a huge mentor to you as you were coming up through. How important was it for you to have her in that role as an owner of a printing company in a very male-dominated industry, to have such a strong female leader really helping to shape where you're going to go down the line?
I think it was because of her mentorship that I really didn't realize how much of a male-dominated industry this was. She always kept everything so strong, and our community is so supportive of her that it never dawned on me that there'd be like bias or issues against female owners or female print owners. But her mentorship, she pulled me into everything she possibly could so I could make connections with leaders in our community. I'm a part of a couple of print organizations that we meet once a year, and you meet all of these amazing print owners that are male and female, husband and wives. Like, you see these great teams who are working together. And I think just from her knowing that I was going to eventually take over, like that was our plan, that she wanted me to start making these connections because she was all about connections, getting two people to talk to each other. So then that way they can help each other if there's issues or things that come up that you're like, I feel alone. You don't, because you have all of these wonderful people that she connected me with, and it helped the transition immensely.
How important was it to have that network as you're taking on the mantle of something completely new and probably something outside your comfort zone?
Oh, 100%. This is making me be more of an extrovert, and I'm not. It's great because the community, when this shift happened, all my clients were there for us because I was the face of the company for years because I was customer service. All of the leaders in the Buffalo, Minnesota, like the chambers, the Rotary, everything that we were part of, she put me in. So I got to meet all these people, and they were with us from the transition. They were with us through everything that happened with Jackie, and just a huge support. And then the print group that I'm a part of, same way. They were all here for me during the change. Jackie had passed away, so they were here for me during that. So it was just one of those where they're a family. It's not your immediate family, but they all care.
It's still a larger business network, a family in certain aspects because they were with you. For you, what has really motivated you to continue to grow in your career in print and really has kept you energized to keep going?
Yep, I think what really keeps me going is the success of our clients. And when they keep coming back, and I get referrals from my clients with other people, and they keep coming and say, so-and-so told me about you, so I have to use you. So I just know that I'm doing something good and I'm doing something correct. And then I think seeing my 2 kids and seeing how proud they are of me also drives me because I don't want to screw that up for them.
No pressure whatsoever, of course.
None at all. I got to keep going and doing well with this company because my 11-year-old son plans on buying it from me. So I got to
I'm glad that
keep it in good standing.
I'm glad he has those plans already.
Oh, he does. He has lots of plans.
So what is it also like to manage a company, run a company, and you're still raising 2 kids?
So it has its challenges, but I think if I didn't have a very supportive husband, this probably wouldn't have worked. He's my right-hand man. He also helps at the shop. He does all of my social media, my videos. So he's very much involved with the company as I am. And with him wanting to see it grow and succeed just as much as me, and then see our kids grow and succeed, we work very well together. And we're a great team in the company and at home with the family. So that's what helps and makes it work.
It's like that same network. You have that family network, you have your business network that really helps to support, and those networks are more important than I think people realize, especially when they're starting out or there are changes. It's sometimes hard. I've spoken with some folks that it's a single mom raising kids, no husband, or the husband's just not in the picture, and it's those networks, the family that is so supportive to let her do what she wants to do to make sure that the business is a success. You're in business for a reason. You're in business because you want to support your family. You want to support the community that you are involved with as well. But at the same time, you don't want the business running everything either. You need to have some kind of balance, some kind of flexibility.
No, balance is so important. When I took over as owner, the first thing I did was I changed our hours. So I made everyone come in just a hair earlier, but we're out at 4. A lot of my staff has family. So I want to make sure that they get home to family because it's so important for me.
Mhm.
So just finding that balance, trying to keep the computer here, at least shut it down at a reasonable hour, and spending time with the kids because they're going to be grown up and gone in a blink of an eye. And I'm still going to have the shop, and I don't want to miss anything that's so important for them and their milestones and accomplishments. So finding that balance is so important. And most days I have it. And then some days when there's fires here, I don't. But that's the life of a business owner.
Very true. No matter if you were in print or not, there's always things that could come up. And that's where your support, your husband comes in to help with those types and to fill the gaps that you can't at that point in time.
Absolutely. If I didn't have him, my life would be very different with the stresses of a business and kids. I don't know how I would do it without him.
Like you said, you try to keep the computer at work. You try to keep things separate. How do you make sure that those boundaries are placed in a way that continue to let you grow as well?
Trying to be strict on that is probably the most important thing. It was working really well until I ended up getting short staffed. So then I ended up taking more work home. But before that, the balance really was perfect every day. So now it is a little bit different, but the kids understand what's going on. And it's just a matter of, okay, I'm put in an hour when I get home and I shut it. I go outside and play football or catch with my son, or my daughter and I go play volleyball out in the yard. We try and spend those moments as much as we can when I turn off the computer.
Now you say like it was great until you were short staffed. How hard has it been to find people to fill the positions that you've lost?
Yeah, we get lots of applications in, but they're not the right fit. You get on the phone with them to do that phone interview, and the personalities, you just don't hear anything come through. And I'm like, this is for customer service. I need you to have a smile. There's certain things that it's just really hard, but you catch it right away. And then when you do hire somebody, then they're gone very quickly because they don't show up. So it's a little more complicated and complex. They want to work, but yet they don't want to work. So I think that's just kind of what we're struggling with right now. But the good news is the last couple of weeks, I've gotten some resumes in after we've taken everything down. People asking if we're hiring. That's good. So we're starting over again, trying to hire that position.
That is good. Is some of that generational?
I think so. My latest person that I hired is fantastic. Older gentleman. But he comes in, he puts in the 40 hours, just like he expects to do. The younger ones are maybe showing up late, or you just don't see that push, that drive. And that's how I grew up. You go to work and you work, you put in the time, you get through your schedule, and hey, how else can I help you? What else can I do? I don't know, my work ethic's pretty strong, and that's what I'm hoping I'm instilling in my 2 children as well.
It is interesting. I'm Gen X. So again, there's a certain work ethic that we were given from our parents that we were even given when we started in the workforce. And then you look at some of the newer generations coming in, maybe they don't want to keep those regular hours, but then they also are willing to have conversations about things that maybe us older generations, I'm going to include myself in that, we're not comfortable talking about needing to take off or to talk about things that never came up
Mhm.
ever. Are you seeing that as well?
I am, and I have to say I have shifted a little bit. It was really when Jackie owned it,
Hmm.
that you didn't have vacation or personal time left, like, you don't take time off. Where I feel a little more lenient on that, where they understand you're gonna take a no pay, but if you have a family thing that comes up, it's so important. With her passing away at 61,
Uh,
it's one of those things where you come to realize you have to be in the moment now. Don't wait until you retire because you might not be healthy. Might not make it to retirement. So I want to give my staff opportunities if something comes up that they can go and do that and then just make it up. Either stay late the night before, come in early then the following day. So I try and be a little more flexible with that because people want that. Can't let you work from home because you physically need to be doing stuff. But otherwise, I try and be as flexible as I can.
yeah, I haven't quite figured out how to beam in work when you're trying to work on a press from home.
Can't load paper from home.
No. As much as you probably try, there's so much automated equipment nowadays, but still, certain things do run out.
Yeah.
But I think that flexibility, and I think that's something that has changed over time.
No, I agree.
A lot of shops were very strict with their hours. We work this time to this time. That's all the time you have. And I think employees appreciate that. And
I
in some
hope
ways,
so.
yeah, I think they do. And I think that also helps to build that family spirit within the business as well, that you're there as a team, that you have people backing you up and helping out as need be. Because things happen, life happens.
Yep, and I think personally for Integra Print, we have a fantastic team right now. Everyone does work hard. They push hard. They do ask, how else can I help? I'll give them some projects here if we're slow for the day, but that doesn't last very long. And yeah, and just we need to get off early, go for it.
Now, in terms of success, obviously you've been in the print industry for a while. Success to you probably looks different now than it did even 5 years ago, 6 years ago. You're in a completely different role and you have a different range of responsibilities. What does success mean to you?
So I think success for me is seeing work come through the shop, the machine's running, the staff is happy, and we're producing quality work that our clients are benefiting from and growing from because my success is off of my client's success. And if they're not successful, obviously I failed or did something wrong. To see them grow also helps me grow because they're going to keep coming back. They're going to keep referring people to come use us. So I think success is definitely just keeping Integra Print's name out there in good standing, an honest, reliable printer who will tell you the truth or admit when something got screwed up because we're all human. We all make mistakes. That's the biggest thing I like to tell people. But I think it's just the success of our clients is what drives me and what makes us successful.
I think that's so important too, to be able to have that larger look and at your customers. The more successful your customers are, the more successful you can be because you're a partner with them in their success. And I guess in some ways, having those projects go well, it really shows how valuable your business is to them as well. What do your customers say in regards to some of that? Do they attribute their success or at least some of the success to what you're doing with them?
Yes.
That's good.
We had 2 clients within the last year. It was a new show that they were going to for a trade show. So we did everything for them with banners and tablecloths and everything that a trade show needs. They ended up winning an award as a new first time showee. It might not have been in all of our stuff because their display was pretty significant, but we helped with that. So in a small part, we helped them. For another client of ours, we redesigned a mailer that they do once a year. And because of that design, they submitted it to a committee and they won for that. It's just fun to see those wins. And when they come in and take pictures with us to celebrate it, to promote it, it just, again, makes it worthwhile of what we do.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So 2 award-winning projects in 1 year so far.
Yes. Yep. So it was pretty cool.
That is really cool. And it's funny, like a lot of people look at print and they don't think much of it in some ways. They're like, oh, it's just a flyer. Oh, it's just a mailer. Oh, it's just that. But those have some real impact in the communities for the businesses, for your business, obviously, but it's a way and a touch point to bring people together.
They've been talking about for years how print's going to die. That's, you know what? It's not. It's trusted. It's valued. You need to have it with either flyers or printed materials or mailers that go out into the mailbox because that's your trusted source versus email. I know people are doing so much digital marketing, but I think the shift is coming back for more print marketing just to help offset that digital overload that everyone is feeling, myself included.
Yeah, the digital fatigue. I don't even want to look at my inbox right now to see how many
Nope.
emails I have personally, not even talking professionally, what my personal inbox looks like with all the sales and the things, and we're bombarded.
I know. And I know I signed up for all of these, but when I only check my personal email every 3 days and there's hundreds of emails, it's control, alt, delete, all of them, gone.
Yeah.
Don't have time.
But
But
what
with mail, I'll take the time to read it from the mailbox before I bring it back into the house.
And what I also think is interesting too, in terms of looking at the generations and how they look at like mail products, is some of those younger generations they're looking at like Gen Z, Gen Alpha, as they're coming up, are very much like the boomers. They love mail. They love the tactile nature of it, to have the different soft touch, to have the foils, to have all of those different things, because it's something that's completely outside of what they're used to. They've grown up on a phone. They've grown up with digital. For them, this actually makes them stop and think and really interact, which is so cool.
Yes, and exciting to see that they're going to probably bring it back even more so because that's what they're craving. My kids, they know I get so nerdy when I go out to the mailbox and bring stuff in. I'm like, feel this, look at this, touch this. Some other stuff.
I understand that, but it's so fun, like, even in explaining the industry. Oh, what industry do you work for? And I explain I work in print. Like you said, people are like, oh, print, it's a dead media. No, it's really not. And then you take them through the day as to all the things that you touch during a day that could be printed, from your direct mail to your newspapers to magazines to catalogs to your toothpaste to your milk in your cereal box to a branded mug that you might have that has the name of your bank on it, to the pens that you have, to all the things that you come in contact with throughout the day. Print, I think, is sometimes the best kept secret out there. It's so ubiquitous that nobody understands where it is and what it is.
It's all around you, everywhere, but you just don't see it until somebody starts pointing it out.
You love that little light bulb that comes on over somebody's head when they
Yeah.
realize.
Yeah. Did you know those signs at the airport? A printer did it. That's how you know how to get to gate G, is because of a printer sign.
Or you're walking by a cafe and there's specials for the day, or there's a sale going on. Those are all printed.
Yeah, it's all around us. It's so cool. And like I said, I get pretty nerdy when I'm with the kids. Sometimes they'll start walking away if I stop at a sign somewhere and start picking at it or looking behind it just to see how they installed it and displayed it.
Yes, I've been known to do that at museums as well, to look at how they've done like exhibit graphics. And oh, how do they do that? I'm trying to see behind the exhibit. Yeah,
Pull out the phone, take pictures. Oh my gosh, Mom.
exactly. But you know what? Us print nerds need to stick together.
Yep,
Because
100%.
It is so interesting just to see the ways that things can be done. Everybody does things a little differently with the same materials. I always love walking through shops and they'll have basically the same widgets. Everybody has printers of some shape or form that do roughly the same thing. but the things that come off of them, the projects that are done, are just amazing with creativity that this industry can really bring to the fore.
We're only limited by what we can imagine, which is
Mhm.
what's so exciting about this industry.
And I know so many people who are willing to just try things. Let's see what happens if we add a foil to this, or if we do this or that, the other thing. And you make some beautiful products in the meantime.
Right? Absolutely.
As we're wrapping up, knowing what you know now, so knowing your history in the industry, starting when you were there part-time to finally taking over, if you were just walking in the door today, so you were coming to fill one of those positions that you have open, what advice would you give yourself?
I think starting out, I would have given myself advice to be open to what this industry can do. Because when you start, you're just like, oh, I'm just cutting paper. I'm just folding. You don't see the big picture of what you're doing. And I think just telling myself, you're helping shape a client's journey with this material and you're making them successful. So I think that would be the advice, is just look at the bigger picture and not just what's sitting in front of you, because you'll get that joy right away versus as you get older or stay in the industry longer. And then you realize, oh, this is what we're doing. It took me a while, but yeah, I'm here now.
You got to see the bigger picture.
Yep.
And really how everything works together. So
Yep.
great advice, though.
Yeah. And I think that also helps me too when we get new employees who aren't in the print industry and we're training them. Like, this is the big picture. Yes, you are just cutting or folding or pressing the start button on the printer, but it's the big picture of helping these clients grow so they come back.
And then sometimes they can see their work in the wild and realize, I had a hand in this.
I've had staff members send me pictures saying, look at what we did. It's right here. I'm like, see, like, that's fun and so rewarding to see your stuff out in the community knowing, yeah, I did that.
And I think that brings it fully home, I think, to those folks, that they realize that they really have an impact, that what they're doing does matter, which makes them stay longer, I think. At least that's what I want to believe.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Well, Chelsie, it was a pleasure chatting with you today. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for joining us on this journey to celebrate and amplify the voices of women in the printing industry. If you have a story to share or know someone whose journey deserves to be highlighted, we'd love to hear from you. Together, let's continue inspiring and empowering the next generation of leaders. Until next time, keep leaving your imprint. This is Her Imprint. See you soon.